the topic for the video today is slightly more on the weird side in terms of things I should be making videos on, but when it comes down to it, I think this has been a growing problem for quite some time now, and even now they are still changing up this specific area of Roblox, although I don't know quite how to be calling it, and so I don't know exactly what the title will be just yet, but I'll be real with you, I'm probably about to include something about how pointless these features are, and how ultimately useless this new update is, and blah blah. Yeah, I realise it's not 2017 anymore, and there is no longer that weird trend of, oh my god, Roblox update bad, Roblox did another useless update, let's be negative for no reason. But hey, I think this time we have a pretty good reason, or at least it seems to be good enough for everyone to be talking about this right now. But how about we do a little experiment thing right here? Make sure to leave a like on this video if you feel the same way, if you think this specific update is kinda useless. And I also just have one teeny tiny request that if you are new here and you haven't yet done so, please subscribe so you are guaranteed to never miss a video from the one and the only Chloe Games. That's me. The front page of all things Roblox games. We have things like top earning. Oh yes. Let's motivate everyone by showing exactly which games are out here making the most money. We love to see that. And how about this Arthro category? You know, for the very little amount of people I see using Arthro avatars, this category is considerably high up on this page. Plus we also have roleplay, adventure, fighting, obby tycoon and simulator, all of which appear to be rather neglected and like they haven't been touched or updated in a fair amount of time. But excluding the fact that they exist in the first place, none of these categories are what people have a problem with at the moment. But to get to the root of that problem, let's just take a look through all of these categories that Roblox has on the games page. And by categories I mean these little subcategories that hold the game, very different to the actual genres of the game, because I am sure you've noticed that when you go to a game with a simple purpose of playing it, they all have a genre listed at the bottom near the other stats. And if you're one of the lucky few people that have had the pleasure of being around on Roblox for a little bit longer than others have, you'll remember when Roblox had the sort by genre feature, which was without a doubt a great feature, and the reason it got removed could never be justified. But back to what's important, the very first one we are going to see up here at the top is popular. I'm very sure that everyone knows what that is. It's the first thing we are going to see when we go to the front page on Roblox. Popular holds things like Adopt Me and Welcome to Bloxburg, and of course our beloved Piggy. Pretty self-explanatory in terms of what this category is for. It basically just contains the most popular games on Roblox. Not so much in order of how many players they have anymore, but it's still somewhat correct, I guess. The next one down is top rated, and again these categories are doing a wonderful job at explaining themselves. They are literally doing all of the work for me. This one is responsible for holding the highest rated games on Roblox, so I suppose that means the highest like to dislike ratio, but I don't think it's of all time, and that's kinda obvious. But it seems to be the top rated games of some time in the present, you know, more recent games, rather than of all time in the last 14 years. Now, the one below top rated seems to have appeared quite recently, and it for sure wasn't there previously. Play together 10 Robux VIP servers, and to be honest, I think this one we can let slide. This one can have a pass in terms of how useful some of these could be. Obviously people who don't want to be spending hundreds of Robux on VIP servers, but they kind of just want to be playing with their friends and no one else, that's when this category comes in handy, or it could even be used by YouTubers who just try to play with fans, and the same goes for any Roblox streamers. I think the one beneath that is also a freshly added one, or at least I've never really seen it before, but oh dear lord, goodness me, whoever said that Roblox cannot be educational? Because to those people, learn and explore would beg to differ when it comes to this matter. Ah yes, I must say that Roblox Titanic is quite the educational game, and should absolutely be sitting here and learn and explore, because honestly guys, what better way to educate yourself about what happened with the Titanic than to experience being on the ship itself? No, but seriously, I've seen this particular area hold what appear to be actual real educational games, which is incredible, especially right now when literally no one can be going to school. But after this part is where things come a little bit strange to me. They have a tab here called featured, and that alone is something that confuses me. I really have no idea what kind of causes games to be appearing in there, but then they also have something else as recommended, and I feel like those two are just the exact same thing, just with different names. But saying that, I also have no idea how recommended operates, because it seems seems to have had the same older Roblox games sitting in there for years, but also new ones like Piggy and Mad City have popped up in there. But allow me to take you back to the first one, the popular category, for just a brief moment. Now, this holds everything that we need, right? Why else would hundreds of thousands of people all be playing the same Roblox game? This surely must mean that it has to be good in some way. But just in case one row of games showcasing what's popular wasn't enough, Roblox decided it was a good idea to be creating around 3 clones of the first. We have popular and we have popular worldwide, along with players love, which is essentially a nicer way of saying, hey, people like these games. And I suppose if we wanted to be really petty about this, we could also include most engaging in this list, but I'm pretty sure this would be based off of how long people play the games for, but I could be very wrong. And finally, finishing off with a grand finale of our newly added friend, Popular Among Premium. The addition of Popular Among Premium, this too must be a new one, and for sure this is the very useless or pointless update that sparked the current discussion surrounding the way Roblox categorizes the games page. Let's keep this real straightforward and very simple to understand. Why would anyone ever be interested in which games have the most premium players in them? Like, I have never gone to the games page and said to myself, oh man, I really do wonder which of these games has the most premium players right now. I think the biggest issue is we are just seeing the same games over and over again all throughout these different categories. The thing is, when you have pretty much 5 of the same, a lot of people play this, of course the same games are gonna keep popping up, and with a lot of people playing and enjoying a game, they are gonna rate it with a thumbs up, and so that just puts the same game yet again into the top rated category. It just seems like the category system on Roblox is an incredibly neglected area, and I realise they are working hard to provide us with updates and features pretty much constantly, but with this, I hope that they hear us and everyone who is upset with the way that this works. I mean, even the Roblox search engine for games specifically is very close to being broken if it's not already. I've done it before. I've searched for simply Adopt Me in a video and played all of the supposed copies out there. Or if we're searching for a game that isn't quite as popular as Adopt Me, sometimes the original game won't even appear unless you scroll down a considerable amount, but instead all of those copies and just anything but that original game will appear. What we need is not more popular tabs, all of which show us the same games over and over. We don't want to be seeing that, and especially for any new players who don't really know how Roblox works just yet, or even new developers for that matter, just trying to get their game discovered and put out there for people to actually try and to give it a chance. There is a very low chance of new games being discovered when there is 5 popular categories and kind of just one up and coming tab at the very bottom of 19 whole categories. Hopefully this whole page can be an area of Roblox that they kind of prioritize when it comes to updating things. But anyway, let me know what you guys think of this very pointless update and the Roblox games category system as a whole. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.